All right, good morning, everybody. Good morning. How is everyone today? Hope I find you well for this big new release day. I would argue today is probably a really important new release day. All right, because of the game, because of the type of game it is, because apparently people are pretty interested in hearing my opinion about it. Because I don't usually play this type of game at all, and so they're interested in hearing someone who doesn't play roguelike games, what my opinion is on a roguelike game. Okay? Welcome, everyone. First of all, today I am running in circles. I've been so busy this morning. First of all, my allergies are crazy right now. My allergies are raging. I keep waking up sneezing. My nose is screwed up. Like, oh my god. So I've already taken an allergy pill, and I hope that it kicks in during this pre-stream. This morning I had to do stuff for patrons because there was some patrons who pledged this month to help me out. You know, as you know, a week ago I lost my partnership here on Twitch, and so a few people went to Patreon and pledged, and I actually owed someone a Q&A video, so I had to rush and try to get that Q&A video out because I realized, oh crap, today is April 30th, 2021. It's the last day of April. If I don't make them their private Q&A video now, I'm late because tomorrow is May 1st, and that means all the patrons get recharged for the next month. So I had to, this morning I'm setting up, oh crap, I gotta set up. So I'm changing the camera resolution, I filmed for about 25 minutes before the stream even started. I've been basically running around all morning, okay? Excuse me. And my allergies are terrible today, just to forewarn all of you. Again, I hope that this pill kicks in, because man, my allergies are bad today. They've been bad, but today is, my nose itches. I got the post-nasal drip. Everything going on. Terrible. It sucks. Anyway. I'm here. I'm here and I'm ready. I'm ready to try out this game, Returnal, that everyone on the internet is a buzz about. For one day, everyone on the internet completely kissed this game's butt, saying it's a 8 or 9 out of 10. Metacritic, I think the review score was like 88 or something like that. Oh my god. It's only the second PlayStation 5 exclusive game ever. And it's right out of the box. Game of the Year material. Remarkable, groundbreaking, amazing. And it's funny because those are the early reviewers. And then, overnight, normal people got their hands on the game. And what I'm seeing on social media is a crazy mix. Some people seem to really love the game, I guess because maybe they're used to the roguelike formula. And a lot of people are incredibly disappointed. Because keep in mind, PlayStation 5 games now cost $70 or more, depending on where you live. Personally, I had to drop $70 for the base game, and then another 10% for sales tax. So I spent $77 on Returnal, okay? Some people are fucking pissed. They are really upset. Some of the stuff I've seen on social media this morning was like, ripping pissed. Because people read the early reviews and said, wow, people said this is a 9 out of 10. Then they went and bought it, and they're like, wow, this game you can never save. You literally can't save your game. So you expect me to replay that much gameplay? You actually expect me to replay this much gameplay every time I play the game if I die? You expect me to play a 2 to 3 hour gameplay loop every time I grab the controller? Well, what if I'm a person who only has an hour to play? Well, you can't play Returnal. Like, literally, you can't play this game if you only have an hour to play it. Because the game's segments are 2 to 3 hours long, and there's no save system. Okay? What's actually funny is one guy, and I quoted him this morning on Twitter. He says, dude, I'm the most upset like I've ever been. I was playing Returnal for a long time, and I put my system into, suspend mode, and I put it into rest. I come back, Returnal had a game update. It closed the game. I lost all my progress. Like, wow. Wow. And it's funny because some people are completely defending the game, saying, well, it's your fault, man. It's a roguelike game. Roguelike games are known to be like that. And if you went into the game without doing research and not knowing what it was, okay, and then you complain about a game mechanic like that, that's your own fault. And then I've seen people on the complete opposite end of the spectrum. They're like, nah, this is bullshit. All these fucking reviewers said it's a 9 out of 10. They didn't emphasize that this was a major change from most other video games out there. And, you know, I shouldn't be basically left out because I'm a person who doesn't have 2 to 3 hours every day to sit down and play a game. I shouldn't be left out from playing only the second PS5 exclusive game ever because of a game design choice. These people should have realized it's 2021 and people have busy lives, and I don't just have 2-3 hour segments of my life to sit down and play a game every night. So basically, I'm seeing both ends, and it's a very big, it's a big ass split. Now that real people, not early game reviewers, but real people have actually gotten their hands on the game, it seems like it's going to be a polarizing game. All right. Now, yesterday I talked all about this on my pre-stream. Okay. Personally, I don't really want to go on another rant about the game. The way I see it is thus. I've already bought it. And you might argue, well, why did you buy it, Phil, if you weren't sold that you were going to like it? Well, I bought it for 2 reasons. Number one, hello, Jasper Kitty. Oh, he's being so silly. Number one, because it is only the second PlayStation 5 exclusive game ever. I've owned this console since launch, and all the games that I've played, essentially, have been games that I could have played on other consoles. So I want to see, firsthand, I want to see what this game developer did, making a game specifically what's the word? I'll just say orchestrated, because it's a different word that I can't think of now. A game designed from the ground up, all right, for PlayStation 5. If anything, all the reviews are saying the game is gorgeous. It runs beautifully. The graphics are absolutely outstanding. There's almost next to no loading times. That's all amazing, and I can't wait to see. Also, haptic feedback. Everyone's praising the haptic feedback in this game, saying that the haptic feedback is tremendously good. So, I'm excited for that, okay? And I hope that even if the game doesn't end up being a game that I like in the long term, I hope at least initially I'm entertained and kind of blown away by what they did, making a game exclusively for PS5. Okay? That's the first reason why I felt like I wanted to play the game regardless. And the other reason is very simple. Even though I don't play roguelike games very often, if at all, I'm a content creator that has a variety of content and covers a variety of games. A big chunk of my viewing audience wants to see me play this game because it is the hot new release, and they want my opinion on it. Regardless of the fact of whether I enjoy it in the long term or not, they want to know what I think because they know my mindset. They know the way that I talk about games and compare them to other current games and review games. They want that honesty from me. All right, there's people who trust me, and I appreciate that because, as you know, I have zero investment in this game. I don't have to kiss the game's butt because I didn't get a copy for free from Sony or anyone else. I'm not in some relationship where I have to be, 9 out of 10. Oh, by the way, here's a million reasons why the game is bad, but it's still a 9 out of 10 because I want to get the next review copy from Sony. That's not me, man. It never has been. It never will be. I've always been independent, and I always will be. I laid out my hard-earned money for this game just like you guys do. Okay? So, this is going to be an interesting experience for sure because it's a game style that I'm usually not used to playing. And there's a lot of eyes on this stream today. You know what I mean? Even if people aren't here, there's going to be a lot of people watching the video. They want to hear my reaction. They want to see if I'm going to rage at the game or end up liking it. I'm in that same boat. Like, I have no clue if I'm going to like this game or not. All right? What I can tell you is this. If the game is 2-3 hour, segments, that would actually fit my streaming style if you think about it. Because my stream style is 2 to 3 hour segments, right? On the early streams, it's 3 hours of gameplay. And on the late streams, it's 2 hours of gameplay. So if it truly is 2 to 3 hour segments, that's a good thing. However, I do have to say something. And this is something that we all have to think about here as I continue to play this game. All right? If the game truly is 2 to 3 hour segments only, okay, what is going to happen? Let's say I play and I beat a segment in 2.5 hours. Okay? Great. So is there literally no reason for me to continue playing for that stream? Should I just turn the game off and talk with you guys for a half hour to end the stream? Should I switch to another game? Because if there's no point in continuing because there is no checkpoints and no saving, you see what I'm saying? I don't see how that works. I don't see how this game works at all. I don't understand how that is a satisfactory game model. I just don't. You know? How can it even be a game that's fun for streaming if you can only play it in 2 to 3 hour segments? So what you're telling me is my stream either needs to be 3 hours long or 6 hours long of gameplay, that is. There's no in between because there's no way you could beat the next segment, right? But again, I don't know. That's only what I'm basing this off of what people are saying about it, right? So I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens, I assume, as we play here today. What I have heard are some really bad horror stories. There's people who've had this game for a week, okay? A week. And there's people who have already played games like Dark Souls, Bloodborne, etc. You know, it's supposed to be some of the hardest games out there, right? And these people are saying they've had the game for a week. They cannot beat the second stage. So there's people who said, I've been playing the second stage for 5 straight days and I cannot beat it. And the reason they're saying that is because apparently the game is based on RNG. As you go through these levels, because they're procedurally generated rather than actually handcrafted by the game designers, sometimes you'll go through a level and immediately all the things you need to succeed will drop during the fights. Oh my god, I got this power-up that's amazing and this and that I need for the final boss. And you can coast right through. But there's some people who've been playing this game for 5 days and haven't gotten the drops needed to beat the second boss, and they can't get to the next part of the game. And they're complaining about it. You know, they're like, man. So again, I don't know. We're going to find out today. I've heard so much in the last day to 2 days about this game that I'm very interested in how this is going to turn out, guys. All right? So I hope you guys will join me. Jasper, don't start that again. Don't leave that wire. Jasper, leave that wire alone. You already got yelled at earlier for doing this. Now stop it. He will not leave the headphone wire alone this morning. Stop that right now. Do not touch that headphone wire. I'm warning you. I'm warning you, Buster. I'm waggling my finger at him in disapproval right now. I'm warning you, Buster. Okay. Okay. So, we'll see what happens here today. All right, guys? Regardless, I get the feeling people are going to be interested, whether I like it, whether I don't like it. This will definitely be one of those interesting playthroughs. But one of the things that's actually now confusing me, like, for example, in my schedule, if you look at my gameplay schedule, I had it scheduled that Returnal was going to be the late stream on Sunday. Maybe I can't even do that. My late streams are 2 hours of gameplay. If I can't beat a stage in 2 hours, there's no point in streaming it Sunday night. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is actually affecting my style of content creation because of the way that they made this game. So I guess we'll play it today and we'll see what happens. All right, let's play it today. Let's see what happens. And we'll go from there. All right? Fair enough? Okay. Now, later tonight, it is my weekly throwback stream of old school Street Fighter fun. I'm excited for that. I always have a good time playing old school Street Fighter at 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. I hope you'll join me for that. Sadly, there's no more Penne points, but I will ask people in the chat what fighters they would like me to use. Oh, he got me. You got me, you sucker. He jumped and grabbed my arm. He surprised me. How dare you? He's so excited because I have the window open today, and it's very cool outside today. It's, cloudy and rainy, so the air is cool, and whenever there's a cool breeze coming through the house, he gets very excited, and he starts running around. He jumped up and he grabbed my arm. That surprised me. How dare you? Okay. So anyway, later tonight, Street Fighter fun. Hope you'll be here for that 6:45 p.m. 2 hours. Always a good time. Good stuff coming. All right. Oh my goodness, he's pawing the wall. I'm not here tomorrow. Tomorrow, are you trying to touch the light switch? He is. He jumped and touched it. Oh my goodness, he's so cute. Jasper has found he can flick light switches. He's been running around the house jumping and flicking light switches on and off. So he just jumped and tried to flick the light switch from my closet. Oh my goodness, that's so cute and silly. He is a nut. There he goes again. He's going to do it. Go ahead. Ah, he did it again. Oh my god. This cat is a nut. Oh my god, he just ran down the hall at lightning speed. He's got those zoomies. That's what it's called, the zoomies. Here he comes, he's back. Oh my god, this is hilarious. I'm sure you can hear it. You can hear the jingle, you can hear all the noise, right? Alright, anyway. Tomorrow I'm off from streaming. Saturday is my day off. And, you know, I'll be doing all the usual things I need to do on my day off, including running errands, grocery shopping, etc. Alright? I'll be back on Sunday. Now, on Sunday, the schedule I had laid out was that it was going to be the premiere of the new Pokemon Snap on the first stream. And that's not going to change. The question is, what will be my late stream on Sunday? Because I had it scheduled as Returnal. But I don't know if it's going to be Returnal now. Because I don't know what the hell's going to happen with Returnal, if it's a game that I can actually make progress in 2 hours or not. Alright, so I guess we're going to see what happens. It may not end up being Returnal. It may end up being something else on Sunday night. Okay, then on Monday, I'm going to be continuing on with Nier Replicant. There goes Jasper again. Nier Replicant, which we're heading into a really good part of the story. All these new quest lines are unlocking, and the game's getting very good. So I'm excited for more of that on Monday. And then this week will be a balance between Nier Replicant, the new Pokemon Snap, and Returnal on the early streams. And the late streams will be things such as Danganronpa V3, Divinity 2, and MLB The Show. Okay? Then, on Friday of next week, so that would be May 7th, it is the premiere of Resident Evil 8. Okay? Resident Evil 8 should be great. I hope. I don't know. I didn't get to play the demos because they only release demos on Saturdays when I'm off, which is really fucking stupid. Don't ask me why. But I'm going to be checking it out. You know, I like Resident Evil 7. I wasn't sold on, then I played the final game and I loved it. So maybe I'll really like Resident Evil 8. I guess we'll see. Alright, but I'm excited. Jasper, do not bite that wire. You're going to get hurt. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it, Jasper. Holy crap, man. He's biting the wire again. And he's doing it because he knows he wants my attention. And like, dude, you're going to hurt yourself. Oh. Oh. Okay. He ran across the hallway again. Alright, so anyway, that's basically the week is going to be all these new releases juggled, chill stuff at night, and then Resident Evil 8 on Friday. Now, here's the thing. I may not have Saturday of next week off. I actually don't know my schedule because my wife looks like she has to work Saturday of next week. But she's at work right now, and she just texted me, and she's like, they once again didn't do the schedule for the next week, so I don't know when my next day off is. I'm like, how are we supposed to shoot? Like, for example, I'll give you an example. Tomorrow we're going grocery shopping. How the fuck do I know what to buy? They won't even tell her schedule for the week after. So because of that, I don't know what day we have off. I don't know how much food to buy. This job, these retail jobs, man, I've had enough. I've had enough. You work at a goddamn job, the fucking job should make your schedule at least 2 weeks in advance so you can have a goddamn life. Not, oh, we just do it whenever we fucking feel like it because we're lazy shits. And then you fucking have to cater your life to some asshole who won't make a fucking schedule. I'm pissed. I'm angry. I wish I knew. I wish I knew what day she would fucking have off. She doesn't know. I don't know. So what am I supposed to do? Oh, just magically guess what day we'll have off. Guess my schedule. Guess how much food to buy. Just guess, right? You know, for a retail job. Assholes. I'm pretty angry. But that's just me being honest. Okay? So it looks like Resident Evil 8 I'll be playing on launch day, and very likely I'll be playing Resident Evil 8 the next day too, because it looks like I'm going to have that Saturday I'm still going to be here. It doesn't look like I'm going to have that day off. I don't know if that means that I'll have Sunday off or Monday off. I actually have no effing clue because her job won't give her schedule. So it is what it is. All right. It's, I don't know what else to say. It's frustrating as hell. But I'll let you know over the course of this week if I do find out what the schedule is past that Friday. I'd love to tell you. All right. I don't like having uncertainty. I like having to be able to plan stuff out ahead of time. Because the other thing is, there's other stuff going on right now. For example, you guys are nominating games for the upcoming Retro Replay event, right? And there's going to be a special event, marathon, later on in May, probably around the second half of May, okay? And it's going to be a great marathon event, but I don't know how to schedule it because, I don't know when what my wife's work schedule is or nothing, It's so frustrating. Don't even get me started on vaccines because I could have scheduled us to get a vaccine 2 weeks ago. But, again, her job doesn't give her work schedule more than like a week out. So I can't schedule a vaccine because it's a 3-week wait. All right. Anyway, I'm enough ranting about fucking shitty retail jobs, seriously, because I'm so tired of it at this point. How these people are irresponsible and don't do their fucking jobs even though they're supposed to be managers. I'm just going to say, okay. Anyway, it is what it is. I will let you guys know what's going on. As soon as I know, you'll know. I wish I could tell you more, but it looks like I'll be playing Resident Evil 8 probably on launch day and then the next day too. And then I have no clue. After that, everything's a blank because I have no idea what's going on. Okay. All right. All right, outside of that, by the way, guys, please keep nominating games for the upcoming Retro Replay event. It's a good segue here. All right, the Retro Replay event's going to be a good one. It's going to be a full playthrough of a game that I've already played from 2015 or earlier, okay? It's a second opportunity for me to play a classic that maybe I only played once and do a more modernized playthrough with live streaming, direct capture, and, of course, stream interaction with Facecam, right? So it's good stuff. And I hope that you guys will nominate good games for this. How do you do so? Type ! Retro Replay into the stream chat to have the command come up, or just wait 15 minutes or so and it should auto-populate anyway. There's your link to click on and go to the forums and nominate games, all right? Those nominations will be open for roughly 2 weeks, so probably another week and a half or so. And then, those nominations will turn into a poll based on the games that were most frequently nominated in that thread. Then you guys will vote. And whatever game wins, that's the game that's going to be a full playthrough. And that will begin, like I said, probably around the second half of May. We'll do a marathon day where I play like 7+ hours of that one game. And then it's going to become a regular playthrough to go into the regular rotation of stuff here. Okay? Good stuff. I'm excited for that. That's going to be a good one. I wonder what's going to win, really. There's so many great games that I played over the years that I only played like once. Or games that I played so long ago that I did a second run and it was still before 2015, right? Like the classic Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas. It's been a long time since I played those games. Or what about, the Fable games? Or what about, like I said, older games that I never did full playthroughs of, like Mercenaries 2 or something crazy, or Saints Row 2, right? What about going back and playing like Metal Gear Solid 1? What about if I play Body Count? That's right. One of the best playthroughs ever. Body Count. Anyone remember that one? I would be shocked if anyone in the stream chat remembers when I played Body Count. But anyway, thank you in advance to anyone who is going to nominate and make that event happen. Obviously, the more people who nominate games, the better. All right. But certain playthroughs are not going to be eligible. For example, Skyrim, Grand Theft Auto 5, any Mass Effect game. Reason being, those are games that I'm already scheduling and I'm already planning on playing anyway. So, what is Body Count? Go look it up. I have a full playthrough of it on YouTube. Body Count. Check it out. It's such a great game. Oh, yeah. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get to a news story that I want to cover on today's pre-stream, all right, I will just remind you, I'm an independent content creator. I don't have any sponsorships with any company, so I can say whatever I want on my streams and don't have to worry about, oh my God, I didn't kiss butt, so now I'm not in the good graces of these companies anymore. Oh darn! I really care, right? I don't have a partnership with anyone. No partnership. That means that I rely solely on your crowdfunding efforts in order to make ends meet and allow me to continue to do what I love for a living. There are two primary ways that you can support me right now. During today's premiere stream of Returnal, you can tip me. Okay? The tips goal for today is indeed $200 because I'm trying to raise as much as I used to make between cheering, subbing, and tipping, all with tipping. If you can tip me today, please, by all means, do. I really appreciate it. Please understand that this is really the main source of income for me now. I don't want to leave Twitch. I want to stay here with the community that I built over the last 4+ years that I've been full-time live streaming. But that's going to rely on your support. If you can support me, I will stay here. If not, I may have to leave. And of course, the first place I would have to go to is YouTube, because that's the place that's set up that I can just jump right over there and start using it. But I don't like streaming on YouTube. That stream chat is absolutely uncontrollable mess. And plus, again, we've built a community here on Twitch for many years that I don't want to just abandon. All right? By the way, some exciting news. I am looking at a few new things in the month of May. First of all, better Twitch TV. It looks like if I get their premium membership, which is like $5 a month or something very cheap, I can get like 50 emotes. And what we could do is with the browser plugin, you guys will have access to all of the old emotes that we're now losing because I'm not in the partnership program anymore. So I can just add them over there and we can continue using them as if nothing changed. Okay? That's awesome. And I'm definitely considering doing that in the next couple of weeks to get those emotes back, because I don't want people to just lose all the emotes. All right? Now, in addition, the other way that you can support me is to check out my Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil and to pledge there. That can be an ongoing piece of support, much like you used to sub. It's kind of the same deal. Now, I am looking to revamp my Patreon in the month of May to add in new perks to make it attractive to the viewers. All right? Previously, really haven't done anything with my Patreon in years because you guys always told me focus on the streams, make everything focused on the streams. So I did, but now that there's no more partnership on the streams, I got to go back to Patreon. Okay? What am I going to do? Well, I'm curious what kind of perks you guys would be interested in if you pledge to my Patreon. What incentive would allow you to say, man, that's a good one. I want to pledge to Phil's Patreon now, right? So give me your ideas. The number one idea I seem to be getting from people is some kind of multiplayer. Find a way that patrons can play some multiplayer with me, all right? I mean, the only games that I could do that with right now would be Call of Duty or like a party game, like Jackbox Party Pack, but I don't know how to make it work because trolls could easily infiltrate those things. They could. So I don't know how to make it work and not have trolls just bombard it and make it miserable for everybody else. That's the problem. So I don't know, it really, we'd have to talk about this over the course of the month and figure out how to make it happen. Like, for example, Jackbox. Jackbox is based off of having a code that you know and entering the code to join the game. The problem is, you know exactly what would happen. I would, one asshole troll would maybe spend $5, $10 to pledge to my Patreon. I would send out the Jackbox code. They would immediately give that code out publicly to a bunch of trolls, and all trolls would join and flood the game, and no fans would actually even be able to get in. You see? That's why I don't think that it's going to work in that way. Okay? And that's kind of unfortunate, I wish that these games were set up better, but I don't think that they really are. Oh yeah, Jackbox has a Twitch login now required. They didn't used to. And by the way, still don't see how that would prevent anything. So what? Someone makes a burner Twitch account to come in and troll during Jackbox, so what's the point? What's the difference exactly? Right? I don't see how that would be any different. So, that's what I mean. I want to talk to you guys about how we can make it work, because I would love to do it. I would love to hey, let's do a multiplayer session of Call of Duty, where 30 people pledge to my Patreon, and we all jump in and we play for like a whole session. It's really fun. Or hey, I do 2 nights in the end of May where we do Jackbox, and a bunch of people, 10, 20 people could join me for Jackbox nights. But I don't know how to do it and avoid trolling. Right? That's the problem. So, please let me know. I'm all ears when it comes to this. I need people to pledge to my Patreon to replace the subscribers I used to have here on Twitch. But I don't know how to make that work without trolling. That's why I stopped doing the patron events to begin with. Back in the day, I stopped because there were trolls who were just overtaking everything, and it made it miserable. And I said, I'm just not going to do it anymore. I'll just focus it on monthly goals here on Twitch based off of subs, so that way we don't have troll interventions that screw everything up, you know? So anyway, this May should be exciting. The return of emotes via better Twitch TV, me working to revamp my Patreon, okay? There's going to be good, refreshing stuff here on the streams, which I'm excited for. I hope you guys are too, all right? I'm going to do my damned best to stay here on Twitch. But again, it's all relying on your support. So please, today, you'll like the fact that I'm playing Returnal, despite the fact it's not a game that it's a normal game that I would play. I've already dropped $77 on the damn thing. Please, if you can, please support the stream. We need to hit that tips goal today if possible. All right? Please support it. Same thing later tonight with Street Fighter. You like the old school Street Fighter stuff, please support the stream. All right? This is the way that I can stay here on Twitch. I don't want to leave and have to go to YouTube. Fair enough? Okay. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, one news story to talk about today, and it ain't a good one. The news has broken. CD Projekt Red. Uh-oh. CD Projekt Red, who we've literally heard absolutely nothing good about for the last 6 months, is in hot water again. Are you guys ready for this one? I don't know if you are. Because if you hear this one, you might actually be incredibly angered like I was this morning. Are you ready? So, the sales numbers are in for Cyberpunk 2077. And although they're not nearly as good as they had hoped because of the insane controversy around the launch of the game, the fact that the game basically is a buggy mess, even here we are like 6 months after the launch, 5 months after the launch, it's still bad. Okay? One of the things that we heard all along during the development of this game is that crunch should be forgiven. The crunch that CD Projekt Red is forcing the employees to do to finish this game in a set period of time should all be forgiven because CD Projekt Red is going to pay out bonuses based on the performance of the game. If the game sells well, then the employees are going to make tons of money in bonuses. So they'll crunch now, but the long term, they're going to get giant benefit out of it. Okay? There were rumors that employees would receive bonuses in the tens of thousands of dollars. Some people were speculating if the game ended up being as big of a seller as they originally thought, they could be making hundreds of thousands of dollars in bonuses. Each employee. Think how crazy that sounds, right? Normally, game devs don't get anything like that. There's no revenue share at any game dev company. CD Projekt Red was touting that they're different, and they were going to share that success with the employees, making that crunch justifiable. Okay? So take a guess what really happened, all right? So as we know, the game sold well, by the way, but it didn't sell as well as obviously they had wanted it to do because of the controversy, okay? But with as much as it sold, all right, the reports are now coming out, all right? On average, the average employee at CD Projekt Red received a $30,000 bonus for the sales of Cyberpunk. $30,000. Now, face value, that ain't so bad. But you got to understand that $30,000 for the amount of work and crunch and suffering and sacrifice that went into this game isn't a lot. I'm sorry, it's just not. Okay? Just saying. Now, here's the other thing. It's $30,000 on average. All right? On average. That means that some employees at CD Projekt Red, i.e. management and upper management, likely received way more. In fact, there's already reports coming out of the company that some upper managers got hundreds of thousands of dollars in compensation, while lower level employees only received around $5,000. Okay? So I want you to think about this. The line level employee busting their fucking ass to make this game work on a schedule that was completely unreasonable gets $5,000 bonus. The upper manager who was telling them to rush the game and bust their ass gets paid $300,000. Okay? But that's not even the worst news, okay? That's not even the worst news. The worst news is as follows, okay? The way that the bonuses were divvied out is as follows. The normal employees of the company, you know, the people who actually made the game, okay, were given $28 million in bonuses total, and that was divided up amongst all the employees of the company, okay? That sounds pretty good. The upper level management / investors to the company, you know, the people who didn't make the game, the people who actually are responsible for the fact that the game released in the time frame it did, and that the game was an unpolished, full of bugs, piece of shit mess, okay? Those people received $29 million in bonuses. The report is that it's less than 10 people. Less than 10 people received $29 million. More than the whole entire company. The entire other rest of the company got $28 million. The upper management got $29 million. Think about that. That's over $2 million compensation for ruining a game and fucking over your entire company. Why? I don't understand it. Where does this happen? Why is this happening? The game was a failure compared to what they had wanted it to be. They're being rewarded. This is just insanity to me. Like, it makes me shake my head and be like, wow, capitalism really works, doesn't it? That whole trickle-down economics idea, oh, that's a great idea, isn't it? There's an upper echelon of rich people who get everything. And all the people who actually work hard get nothing or next to nothing. And somehow all the money that those people at the top are hoarding is supposed to trickle down in the economy to the people below them. I don't think that's happening. I don't think so. I'm not a socialist, so please don't get me wrong here. But I'm pretty confident this is not what's happening in the world. I'm pretty confident that these high, lofty ideals that we had for capitalism aren't actually translating into reality in most places, okay? So for me, I look at this and I'm like, wow, you are rewarding the terrible behavior of the people who ruined the game with millions of dollars of bonuses. Isn't that nice? You know? So, to me, I just shake my fucking head. And I say, well, it is what it is, I guess. That's life. But if we keep supporting companies like this, it will just get worse and worse. I'm just going to say this. If we keep supporting this kind of behaviors, you'll just hear this story another 40, 50, 60 times. It will never go away. You know, all these people who are apologists for CD Projekt Red. Oh, the game wasn't so bad on PC. Oh, you know, it was this reason, that reason. Everyone who just wants to overlook the fact that this was one of the biggest, absolutely 100% botched games of the century. What I told you guys when I did my countdown, my most disappointing games of 2020 countdown, what did I say about Cyberpunk? I said it's the most disappointing game of 2020. It's the most disappointing game I have ever played because the game had insane potential. And the only reason that game failed was because of mismanagement and greed. And because of that, because it could have been such an amazing game, that's why it's the most disappointing game I've ever played. All right? So let's reward the people who made that decision to ruin the game. Let's reward them, right? No. And I hate to say it. I really hate to say it. And this is my opinion. You can completely disagree with me. With the whole CD Projekt Red situation with Cyberpunk, now the way it's panned out, and the fact that to me, all right, this is a situation where this company has done better. Like, for example, The Witcher 3. My God, The Witcher 3 is a good game. That game, like every mission feels like you're contributing to a big narrative. The game is like a tapestry that's woven together piece by piece, right? But I hate to say it. I really hate to say it. It seems to me like Witcher 3 was good, not because of the management. It was good because employees worked their asses off and probably said that they wanted the game to be good. I can't believe, I'm sorry, I can't believe that the same people who are responsible for Witcher 3 did this with Cyberpunk. I can't feel that way. Like, how can you have two games that are so different? I just don't understand it. From the same company, and you get one game that's like a masterwork, best in class RPG, and then you get one of the worst fucking games I've ever played. You know what I'm saying? Like, Nugget Hunter says, actually it wasn't. Most of those people quit the company. Did they really? If that's the case, then that makes a lot of sense to me. Like, I mean, like, I almost feel guilty for liking Witcher 3 because Cyberpunk is so bad. Like, I do. I'm like, wow, like, I feel bad giving that company credit for Witcher 3 because Cyberpunk is such a terrible fucking mess of a game. But I'm trying to find a justification because I really like Witcher 3. I loved it, you know? I don't know. I'm not obsessed with CD Projekt Red. They're in the news today. This is why I'm mentioning this, because this is a big news story that broke about the bonus structure and how people are up in arms about it. Alright, so maybe I shouldn't feel so bad about it. So people are saying, no, really, Witcher 3 is one of the best games of all time. You shouldn't feel bad. Alright, so maybe I won't. I just really enjoyed the game. The plot was so good, and the characters were good, and the side quests were amazing. Like, I'm just still, to this day, I still think about, wow, every time I played that game, it was like a pleasure to play Witcher 3. It really was. Like, every day, I was like, wow, I'm excited to play this game. I can't wait to see what happens in the story today. You know? Okay. So anyway, guys, that's in the news. That's out of the way. Let's do some shout-outs. Snow Carl was the first tipper of the day. He did $1.30. He says, I know very little of Returnal. Why are you killing the hype for the game when you're planning on playing it on stream? It seems like it might turn people off from watching. No, people are going to watch regardless. They want to see how I'm going to react to it. You know, I'm just telling you what I've heard. That's all. I could be all wrong. You know, how many times do we hear stuff about these games? I play them and it ends up being the opposite of what my experience is, right? I'm not too worried about it. I'm not too worried about it. I'm excited to see what the game is for myself. I remember when I was going to play Ghost of Tsushima, the criticisms were very strong of that game at launch. People were like, oh, it actually gets repetitive and boring and everything. I never felt that. I thought that the game was, was always fun, was always fresh and fun and interesting. I would get lost exploring this big open world. I never felt like it was boring or repetitive. Not once during my playthrough. But a lot of people criticized it in their reviews like that. So I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens, okay? Snowcrawl took me another $1.30 and says, do you ever get a new appointment for ear doctor? No, because I can't. Because of everything that's been going on, the ear doctor literally told me, it's over a month to get another appointment, right? So I eventually did make another appointment for over a month away, and then my wife changed her job, to be the earlier position and the new schedule. And then I had to cancel the appointment, and they literally told me, well, we have nothing available for you for another month. And I said, well, that's fine, because I can't even tell you what days I have off anymore. So I was never able to make the appointment. There's nothing I could do about it. So now I have to start from scratch. If my ear fucks up again, likely what I'm going to have to do, they're going to tell me to go to urgent care again, which means I have to drive with the ear infection an hour to go to the urgent care. They'll look at the ear and say, you have an ear infection. To which I'm going to say, no fucking shit. Now give me the medicine. So they'll probably give me the medicine again, and then I'm going to have to make another appointment for the specialist, and this time I'm just going to have to make it and say, well, hopefully we can make it work. You know? This is the problem with American healthcare, is that if you actually need to see someone for something specialized, you have to wait like 1 to 2 months. Unless you're like dying and in the hospital, then it's different. But for me, because they consider ear infections just kind of routine, they refuse to see me in any kind of quick amount of time. Every time I made the appointment, it was like 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks out. And that happened twice. Because once I think it was supposed to be, I can't even remember anymore. It was either December or January, and I couldn't go then, and then I rescheduled it, and then I couldn't go the second time. So, pretty fucked up. That's American healthcare. Anyway, Piccolo's huge green schlong has tipped me $16 to become the top tip of the day. And says, is it true you're a direct descendant of the Roman Emperor Aurelian Restitutor Orbis? Of course. No, what the hell are you talking about? No. So I'm going to say Piccolo's huge green pickle. Because I'm not going to say schlong on my fucking leaderboard. But I do appreciate the top tip of the day. That gets us up to $18 in tips. Thank you very much for that. Okay. All right. All right. Yes, Stranded Ostrich. You're correct. What I need to do is I need to update last tip as well. So, Piccolo's huge green pickle. Because that was the last tip as well as the biggest tip. So there you go. I am going to do that from now on. So this is a change that I instituted last night. When I was playing Call of Duty, I believe it was Polish Frog who had the suggestion. I'm not 100%. I think it was him. He said, Phil, since you no longer have subs or cheering to put on the leaderboard, why don't you instead put last tipper? And the reason that that's good is because that will incentivize people to tip, even if they can't become the top tip of the day, right? If they're at least tip at all, they can at least momentarily get some credit. And I said, that's a good idea. I like that idea. I do like that idea a lot. So whoever is the latest tipper will get up there on the leaderboard. There you go. Incentive to tip, even if you cannot be the top tipper, you'll still get some recognition on the stream. Right? Very good. Okay. All right, guys. Anything else? Because we're very, very closely nearing the break here. Okay. Lord Point says, I appreciate you buying games like this so I don't have to gamble $70 on a, a weird game. And that's part of the reason why I like being a variety content creator. Because I can give you a perspective that's different from other people because I play such a wide variety of games. And it could save you money if I end up playing a game that you see like, oh, I didn't know that's what it was going to be. Okay. That's a good thing. To me, that's a win. Anyone who tunes into my stream today or over the course of the next week when I'm playing Returnal and they say, okay, I saw it and I like it, I'm going to get it now. Or, oh, I saw it and I don't like it, I'm not going to get it now. That's a win for me. That means that I served a purpose for you guys, right? I gave you a service, and I hope that you feel that that's a valid service, right? That's a major reason why people watch my stuff, and I do appreciate those who do. Very nice. Okay. Is that it? Is that the last thing? Because then, if so, we'll just go on break. What? Paint the Meme says, thanks for the entertaining stream. It's like back in the day I was in the first row at a G.G. Allen concert. What the fuck is that? I don't know what that is. Oh my god. There is no Call of Duty drama. But, oh, by the way, I will say this, guys. So last night, the Call of Duty stream went well. Thanks to everyone who was there for the finale. And what I do mean by that is, that's pretty much it for Call of Duty. I'm not saying that I will never, ever play Call of Duty again. But what I am saying is, I'm not going to be playing it on the regular anymore. It's basically on the back burner. Every once in a while, if we have a stream that's kind of open and I don't know what I should play, I'll play some Call of Duty. But it's not going to be regularly in the rotation anymore. I need to use all my streams to get as far ahead in the games that I'm playing now as I can, or else I'm never going to finish anything. All right? So thank you to everyone for 6 months who supported my Call of Duty streams. It was very fun playing it consistently. But at this point, excuse me. At this point, no, I am not going to be playing it regularly anymore. Now, this is funny because someone is trying to jump on the bandwagon. Someone named Piccolo Harry Green Caulk tipped me $1.30 and says, should Phil put schlong? Just think about this. Number one, do you really think I'm going to put your name on the leaderboard? Of course I'm not. And by the way, he spelled everything wrong. This is not the same person who did the $16 tip. This person couldn't even spell half the words right. So nice try. Piccolo's Harry Green Caulk. You are the latest tipper, but there's no way I'm putting that name up on the leaderboard. But I will put an abbreviation. Thank you for the $1.30 tip. What on holy hell is going on here? Okay. Fucking stupid. Alright, guys. Anything else, or is that it? Shall we go on break? Hello, Habib Gaming. How are you today? Good to see you. Snow Carl, to me another $1.30. Oh, he says, Gigi Allen is an artist known for a cult following. He self-mutilated himself during concerts. What the fuck? What? That sounds delightful. That just sounds absolutely delightful. Anyway, Snow Carl is the latest tipper. Good, we can get the cock off the screen. Snow Carl, you know, it's very funny that you knew that. It's very funny that you're the only person in the chat who absolutely knew that. It's almost like you followed the guy. It's almost like maybe he's your favorite artist. Right? Maybe you've been to his concerts before, right? Okay. All right, everyone. I think, excuse me, it is time to take our break, shall you? Thank you guys for your support. I appreciate that. And I shall return shortly. All right? I shall return shortly with the premiere of Returnal. So I certainly hope that you'll chill with me all day today. And we'll see what the hell is actually going on with Returnal. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully all this stuff that I see people freaking out about on social media, maybe they're just overreacting. I don't know. We're going to find out together today. If anything, at least I hope that the game is entertaining to the fact that, you know, it is a PlayStation 5 exclusive. It is a game that is going to have great graphics and everything. I hope, right? I fucking hope. So, we'll find out in just a few minutes. All right, thank you guys very much. I will see you in a bit. I'll be right back. Thank you, and see you in a sec.